Hi, my name is Mark Congista, and I'm a Senior User Experience Manager in the Cisco Secure Business Group. Cybersecurity products are notoriously complex because, well, cybersecurity itself is complex. Of course, as designers, we want to make everything as usable as possible, but balancing complexity with usability can be hard to achieve. To pull off this equilibrium, you have to have an intimate understanding of the problem space and an even more exhaustive empathy for end user needs. In our experience, the best way to achieve both of these things in the most efficient and effective way possible is through the use of design sprints. The design sprint methodology was developed at Google Ventures. It's a workshop-like process that takes place over 5 days in a structured progression from problem definition through solution validation. It's thorough, fast-paced, and equal parts exhausting and exhilarating. Over the past 2+ years, my team and I have run dozens of sprints on all types of security problems across a wide range of Cisco's security product portfolio. We've added a few tweaks to the standard design sprint model to make it more suitable for our specific needs. We're designers. We're always looking to improve things. We like to break the usually consecutive 5-day design sprint into 2 separate phases. A 3-day problem definition and prototype outline phase, followed by a 2-day prototype polish and user testing phase. These 2 sessions are separated by about a week of prototype execution before bringing it to customers in the second phase. We do this because our prototypes tend to cover a lot of ground and require a bit more iterative design work than we can achieve in an uninterrupted traditional design sprint. The problems we're trying to solve in our sprints tend to be big in scope and heavy in complexity, as I mentioned already. The extra few days of prototyping allows us to ensure that we cover the necessary ground to get the most value out of our investment in the design sprint so that what we put in front of customers is more believable and meaningful. Sure, this adds overhead in terms of additional design effort and pushes the results out into the future a bit, but from our experience, the benefits and higher quality customer feedback is more than worth the extra investment. Another thing we always keep in mind when planning a design sprint is that we want the broadest possible range of skill, domain knowledge, and experience among our sprint participants. A narrow range of opinions and perspectives will yield a final prototype with an even narrower view and a narrower chance of success. Diversity, in every sense of the word, is the key to a successful design sprint. You don't want all UXers, you don't want all VPs. Basically, you want a group that could pass for a representative sample of your user base, both professionally and ethnographically. Well-crafted and representative user personas can be very helpful here. One last tip. Keep the size of your design sprint to no more than a dozen people or so, if you can help it. When people first hear that you're planning a sprint, everyone is going to want to be part of it. Even worse, they're going to think they have to be part of it. You're going to need to be a bit ruthless here. The more opinions you get in the room, the harder it will be to reach the sprint goal. That's not to say you don't need a group with firmly held perspectives. You absolutely do. You just need a very manageable amount of them. Otherwise, you'll be asking too much of your sprint moderators and run the risk of losing control of the whole thing. These are my most essential pieces of advice to keep in mind when planning a top-notch, kick-butt design sprint of your own. So find a nice, substantial problem, gather a group of smart, motivated people, and have at it. There's a bunch of us here at Cisco that would be very happy to go more in depth in our process and answer any questions that you may have. So please feel free to reach out to us, and we'll help out as much as we can.